Hey and welcome to the Daily Arsenal News Show. Let's begin with our daily news. 23-year-old Arsenal player is ready to listen to transfer offers he could leave. Arsenal star Reiss Nelson is now willing to listen to transfer offers from other clubs as he nears the end of his contract this summer. The 23-year-old has had a funny campaign. He has been a hero for the Gunners on a couple of occasions, but that, sadly for him, hasn't resulted in a drastic increase in game time. That is unlikely to change next season as well, and journalist Paul Brown has claimed on Give Me Sport that Nelson is now ready to listen to offers from elsewhere. Arsenal star Reiss Nelson will become a free agent in July. The Englishman has been offered a new contract by the Gunners, but reports revealed recently that he rejected that proposal. Then, it was claimed that Arsenal will not break the bank to keep Nelson if he doesn't agree to their terms. He will be allowed to leave on a free transfer this summer. Brown has now claimed that Nelson has realized he won't get enough game time at Arsenal next season. That's why he is now open to listening to offers from different clubs. The journalist said, "It's funny that Reiss Nelson was the hero a few weeks ago when he came off the bench and changed the game for Arsenal, but he hasn't really featured terribly much since then, and I think he realizes that competition will be even fiercer for places next season. Arsenal will buy and they have some players out on loan who will probably return and clog up those forward areas. I think Reiss Nelson sees the writing on the wall and he is willing to listen to other offers basically. It's a tricky situation for Nelson. By signing a new contract, he gets to stay at the club he loves, rub shoulders with the best players, and potentially win a few trophies in the coming years. However, he will almost always be behind the likes of Bukayo Saka and Gabriel Martinelli in the pecking order, which means he will barely start games. If he joins another club, however, he could become a regular there, and that may well be what he will end up doing this summer. Borussia Dortmund want to sign Arsenal's phenomenal player this summer. Borussia Dortmund are in the running to sign Granit Xhaka from Arsenal. That is according to 90 Minute, who report that a whole host of German clubs want to sign the Swiss star. It's been widely reported this week that Bayer Leverkusen want to bring Granit Xhaka to Germany, but now they have been joined in the race by Dortmund and Xhaka's old club, Borussia Mönchengladbach. With these three teams in for him, the phenomenal Arsenal certainly has a decision to make here. The sentimental choice would, of course, be to return to his old stomping ground and resign for Borussia Mönchengladbach, but there is every chance that Xhaka could be tempted by either Dortmund or Leverkusen. Dortmund are currently flying high in the Bundesliga, and a move to Dortmund would give Xhaka a real chance to win some silverware. However, on the other hand, Xabi Alonso is building something very exciting with a team of young stars such as Florian Wirtz and Moussa Diaby over at Leverkusen, and after excelling in a youthful Arsenal team, a move to Leverkusen would be the continuation of that theme. In our view, the move to Dortmund could be the most intriguing. The Bundesliga giants need to reshape their midfield with Jude Bellingham on his way out this summer, and stepping into Bellingham's shoes would certainly be a big challenge for a player who relishes proving his doubters wrong. Where Xhaka ends up next summer remains to be seen, and he could even stay at Arsenal, but with the three top Bundesliga clubs chasing his signature, one has to wonder if a return to Germany could be on the cards for the Arsenal midfielder. £250,000 a week superstar would like to join Arsenal this summer. Arsenal are reported to be one of the teams Joao Felix would like to join this summer. According to Cadena Cop, the Portugal international wants to remain in the Premier League next term. However, Felix also wants to be competing in the Champions League next season. Arsenal are guaranteed to play in Europe's Premier Club competition next term, as are Manchester City. Newcastle United and Manchester United are also still in the running, though they haven't sealed a spot yet. As per the Spanish outlet, they would be the destinations that the Portuguese would like to go. Arsenal have enjoyed a sensational season and remain in contention for the Premier League title. Although it's no longer in their hands, they can look forward to the Champions League no matter what happens. Arsenal were actually linked with Felix during the January transfer window. However, they were reportedly unwilling to meet Felix's €11 million loan fee. The 23-year-old ended up joining Chelsea for the rest of the season, as well as extending his Atleti deal by a year. Felix, reportedly earning £250,000 a week at Stamford Bridge, has made 17 Blues appearances, scoring thrice. We'll see whether Arsenal will opt to try their luck for a player they seemingly decided not to sign in January. In addition, the Gunners have higher priorities in terms of areas they are looking to bolster this summer. At the same time, Felix is a superstar of the highest caliber, and he can certainly improve the Arsenal squad. The likelihood is that the Gunners will look at the financials once again, and if they are not to Edu and Mikel Arteta's liking, they won't bother moving for Felix. Fabrizio Romano claims Arsenal board are watching very aggressive defender. Arsenal are putting serious consideration into making a move for RB Leipzig defender Mohamed Simakan in the summer window. Simakan has emerged as one of the brightest young defenders in Europe. His performances with Leipzig have showcased his talent, and according to Fabrizio Romano, Arsenal's board is monitoring the progress of Simakan ahead of the summer. The Gunners are expecting to go for a number of new signings in the summer. A new defender, midfielder, and potentially a wide forward are all believed to be on the list for Mikel Arteta, and according to Romano, via his Twitter account, Simakan is indeed a player the Gunners are keeping tabs on. Simakan has previously been labelled as a phenomenon for his defensive prowess. The defender signed a new deal with RB Leipzig late in 2022. That a new contract came after report had suggested Tottenham wanted to sign the player. The 23-year-old moved to Germany from Strasbourg and has been an impressive figure for Leipzig ever since. Like so many of the French conveyor belt, he is considered a top young defender. Simakan has appeared for the France under-21s, and it seems a matter of time before he gets a full debut. Arsenal have made a good habit in recent windows of signing players with a lot of potential but who can feature immediately. Simakan is a player who would slot right into the defense for Arsenal. They have been short of options ever since Saliba got injured. The 23-year-old Simakan would cover that and also slot in at fullback if needed. Of course, the new deal he signed means Arsenal might need to pay more than the £15 million Leipzig paid, but in terms of players with a huge upside and potential, Simakan ticks plenty of boxes for the Gunners. £10 million Arsenal target expecting to be sold after admitting he fancies Gunners' move. Arsenal have made contact with Galatasaray fullback Sacha Boey as they look to tie up a deal for the Frenchman this summer. Boey has emerged as a target for the Gunners in recent weeks. Indeed, reports have even suggested that Boey has decided that Arsenal are the team he'd like to sign for most, and according to Turkish outlet Aksam, Boey is now expecting to be sold this summer. Aksam is claiming that other clubs have stepped back from the race to sign Boey, thanks to Arsenal initiating contact with the fullback. Valued at around the £10 million mark, Boey is believed to be seen by Arsenal as the ideal signing for a position they lack depth in. At the moment, Ben White is seen as the first choice right back, while Takahiro Tomiyasu has picked up an injury. Arsenal are expected to strengthen in the summer, and Boey, given his bargain price, could be a smart option. Boey has made 30 appearances in all competitions for Galatasaray this season. However, he is expected to be among 6 players who are moved on over the summer in a mini clearing of the decks by the Turkish giants. There won't be too many players of Bowie's quality on the market this summer for the money. At around 10 to 13 million pound, he really does look like a player who can do a job at the highest level. For Arsenal, new signings over the summer are going to be key. Having done so well in the market in recent windows, getting it right this time around will be massive. Bowie seems like a good starting point. He is a good age and plays in a problem position for Mikel Arteta. And the fact he wants to sign as well is all the more a bonus. Arsenal considered most likely destination for underrated international midfielder. Arsenal are still considered as the most likely destination for West Ham's Declan Rice this summer, despite interest from Manchester United. Rice is being tipped to move on this summer. The England man has had another fine individual season, and there is expected to be a transfer scramble for his signature. And according to reports from The Guardian, it remains Arsenal who lead the charge for Rice. According to The Guardian, Manchester United are planning on making a bid to sign Rice themselves in the summer. It comes as Erik ten Hag looks to seek clarity over his summer transfer budget and plans. A takeover is believed to be edging closer, and ten Hag wants a new midfielder and a striker if possible. However, while United will be in the mix, The Guardian claims that Arsenal are still the favourite landing spot for Rice as it stands. Rice is known to be open to signing for Mikel Arteta, and while a bidding war could derail Arsenal's push somewhat, the Gunners remain attractive to the Englandman. Arsenal look to have let the title slip through their fingers this season. A new midfielder, defender, and winger are all thought to be on Arteta's list as he looks to avoid a repeat next year. In terms of the clubs, it will come down to who is willing to pay West Ham the money, but in terms of Rice having a selection of where he ends up, he can essentially pick any club. If the likes of Arsenal, Chelsea, and United all bid and have it accepted, then Rice has the ideal scenario. He fits into all three of those teams, and it will simply be a case of who makes the best pitch. For Arsenal, losing out on Rice now would feel harsh. They have tracked him for so long that if they did lose out, it would feel like a major blow. £53 million midfielder keeps cropping up as Rice alternative at Arsenal. Arsenal have been linked with a host of midfielders ahead of the summer transfer window. Declan Rice is obviously the player who the Gunners appear to be most eager to sign. However, other names have been doing the rounds, such as that of Martin Zubimendi. Last week, Spanish outlet AS claimed that the Real Sociedad star was very close to accepting an Arsenal offer. Since then, the player himself has played down any prospect of a move away from the Basque outfit this summer. Dean Jones has now shared his thoughts on speculation linking Arsenal with Zubimendi. Writing on Give Me Sport, he noted how the £53 million man's name keeps cropping up as a Gunners target. Jones also said it's for sure that Rice is not the only player on the Arsenal wish list. On Zubimendi to Arsenal, Jones said, "He keeps cropping up. I haven't heard too much about it recently, so it's one of those we are going to have to dig into as we get closer to the window. However, it's for sure that Rice is not the only person on their list, and a few leaks are coming out now about other names that Arsenal might pursue if that one doesn't work out." Midfield transfers are likely to play a huge part in the upcoming transfer window. Arsenal could certainly do with bolstering their ranks in the middle of the park to improve their strength and depth. The likes of Liverpool, Manchester United, Tottenham, and Newcastle also seem on the lookout for new midfielders. Zubimendi seems happy enough at Real Sociedad, but who knows whether a big offer can sway club and player. If Arsenal were to sign him, they'd be landing a player similar in style to the great Xabi Alonso. Indeed, Alonso himself waxed lyrical about Zubimendi in the past. He said, "Martin is a player all coaches would want. He is generous. He always thinks more about his teammates than himself." It was quoted by the Irish Mirror. I will be uploading daily Arsenal news, so keep your eyes on the channel and don't forget to like and subscribe. I appreciate your support. Peace out.